Hi, I'm Amelia, and this week I'm going to be sharing a little bit of a catch-up from my sewing corner. Hi, I'm Amelia, and this is my channel Sew Amelia, where I talk all about making a handmade wardrobe for me and my children. This week I just thought I would share a little bit of a chatty catch-up from my sewing corner. I'm still down in our family lounge room, but very soon, hopefully, moving back upstairs, where I'm very fortunate to have a little room that is my sewing space. We're just getting our loft converted at the moment to make a bit more space for my children, and as part of that I'm going to be very lucky and have a little space of my own up there for a sewing room. So soon I'll be back up there, but in the meantime I am still in the corner of my lounge, and I just thought I would share a little bit about what I'm sewing this week, what I've been buying, and some plans for the rest of May. So I do hope you'll stay tuned and that you will enjoy what I've got to share with you today. So I thought I'd start with what I'm working on at the moment. Now I've got an event coming up in May that I'm going to, which is very exciting, and I wanted to sew a new dress for that event. And so I am working on the Lydia Naomi Dream Frock. Now this is a pattern that I've had my eye on for a very long time actually, since it came out, but I haven't really had an occasion to sew it up for. And last summer I didn't really have a fabric that I wanted to use. This summer I have both the occasion and the fabric. So I have recently bought this pattern and I am making it up. Now the fabric that I'm using I'm very excited about, so let me share that with you now. It is the Strawberry Fields viscose linen from Fabric Godmother. Now this is a really interesting viscose linen. I think it's definitely more linen than viscose in terms of its composition, because it does have quite a nice structured feel to it, which I think is perfect for this dress. So the Lydia Naomi Dream Frock is a milkmaid style dress with gathering across the bodice, quite similar I suppose to the Mabel dress in a way by Tilly and the Buttons, in that it has cups, but this one has a really nice fitted bodice and then puffy sleeves and a lovely sort of A-line skirt with a slit up the side. So if you've watched my channel for a while, you'll know that this year I'm really working on trying new techniques and things that I haven't done before in my sewing practice. One of the things I wanted to learn was how to insert boning into a more fitted bodice. So when you buy the Lydia Naomi Dream dress, it comes with a simple construction for an unlined dress. But on YouTube, she has shared the process of how she's made this with a full lining and with boning, and that's the instructions that I'm following. Now it's slightly tricky because it is on YouTube. I have to keep going back and forth through the video, but it is very clearly explained with fantastic video footage. So if you're keen on having a go of this one and lining it yourself, I can definitely recommend that video tutorial. Now apart from wanting to do the boning to learn a new technique, I also need to line this fabric because it is a little bit on the sheer side. Probably fine if I was making a blouse or if I was wearing a dress with a slip underneath, but because this is so fitted, I really knew that I needed to line this one. So I'll show you where I've got to so far. I've got to be a bit careful with it because it's still got pins in it. But so far I have made the bodice. I have inserted some boning here in the lining, and then I have attached the cups to the top, and I'm just working out how long to make the elastic here at the top. So like the Mabel dress, the cups have elastic across the top, and then these ties are more for show rather than for any practical reason. Now like with the Mabel dress, I do like elastic at the top of the cups. I could have done it so that I sewed the tie in on this side and made a casing so it was a functional tie. That's a definite possibility with this pattern, but I do like elastic in that it just really does feel quite secure on my Mabel dress, so I decided I wanted to do the same thing here with the Dream Frock. So then I've got the side here. This is for the sleeve, which I haven't yet got to, but I'm really pleased with that so far. It's been quite a fiddly construction. It's definitely stretching my sewing skills, and I have had to take it really slowly and carefully, especially measuring where the boning goes and inserting these cup pieces into this V here. I don't know if you can see that, but the bodice at the front has this V shape coming up and then down from the cups. So getting those cups to sit in that V shape perfectly was quite tricky. I did actually baste them in by hand in the end to make sure that they went in nicely and sat beautifully. So I'm very excited about that actually. I love this Strawberry Fields linen. It's so perfect, and I think as this dream frock, going to look really cute swishing about on a summer day, hopefully eating some strawberries and enjoying some sunshine when it finally decides to arrive. That's my current work in progress, the Lydia Naomi Dream Frock, and I'm really enjoying that. I'm definitely taking it very slowly. I'm only doing a little bit at a time, and to be honest, it's already taken me quite a few hours just to get that far, but sometimes a slow sew is just what we need. So the next project I want to start working on after I finish the Dream Frock is actually a present for a friend who's expecting a baby in the summer. Now, Crystal, who is my social thread over on Instagram, shared some beautiful baby sets that she's been making recently for her recently arrived baby boy, which is very exciting. And I absolutely loved her little matching sets. I thought they looked so great and would make the perfect baby gift. So I'm going to try making a little set of my own. Now, the pattern that I've chosen to make is the Gus and Steel Zipper Romper. Now, I think this looks like such a practical baby grow. I absolutely loved zippered baby grows for my babies because it's a lot easier to get them in and out of, especially at night when there's a zip, not a bunch of poppers. So I'm going to make the zipper romper bodysuit, and I'm going to use this gorgeous fabric from Jelly Fabrics with little elephants and crocodiles and things on it, which I think is so, so sweet. And in my stash, I had actually got some grey ribbing, so I think that will go beautifully with that just for the cuffs of the sleeves. I think this is a footed bodysuit, so it doesn't need cuffs at the ankles, but it will need them at the sleeves. And then the other thing that I'm going to make to go with it is a baby blanket. So I have this cuddle fleece for the back, so then hopefully I've got enough to use the leftover of this fabric with the cuddle fleece on the other side, and then any leftovers I will make sort of a coordinating hat or a little bib or something to go with that to make a set for the baby. So that's the next project there, and that'll be a lot of fun, I think, after the intricate details of sewing this woven frock. To be able to make a lovely little baby grow as a gift for a friend will be really lovely and lots of fun, I think. So I'm looking forward to trying that one, and Gus and Steel are a new pattern company to me, but they look like they've got so many lovely patterns for children, so I'm really looking forward to trying out that pattern and seeing how I find them, and I'll let you know how I get on in my next makes video. Now, because I am still down in my corner of the lounge, I haven't been buying many fabrics just because I don't have anywhere to put them. And as it is, I try not to buy too many more fabrics than I have time to sew, although sometimes the beautiful fabrics do get the better of me, and this is one that got the better of me. Now, recently Guthrie Ghani had their 10th year anniversary celebration, and as part of that celebration, Lauren issued a new fabric that she'd been working on developing, and it is just stunning. It is called Be Happy Blooms. I think it's with Rachel Parker, the collaboration. And this is it here. It's just come out of the wash, so it's not ironed. That's okay. It will be ironed shortly. But I just wanted to share it with you in this video. I absolutely love those bright colours for summer. It's on a navy background, and actually this fabric came on sort of an ivory base and a green sort of tealy base and this navy base. My preference is the navy with these bright colours. I think that will look really, really lovely. But I don't know exactly which pattern to make yet. It's such a lovely print. I don't really want anything that has too much detail in terms of the design because I think it might get lost in the busyness of this print. So I had been thinking about the Aladdin wrap dress. I have not made that pattern yet, and it's one that I do have, and I'm quite keen to make it up. The other pattern I've been considering making is the closet core NYX dress. Now, I did only purchase 2.5 meters of this, and I do know that the closet core NYX is quite fabric hungry, but what I thought I might do was to make the bodice of the NYX dress and then just add on a skirt, perhaps even from the Tilly and the Buttons Lyra dress, which has that gathering but not quite as much gathering as the closet core NYX. So a bit of a NYX hack, I suppose. If you've got any ideas, do pop them in the comments below. What would you make with this beautiful fabric? For me, I think it definitely needs to be a dress, although having said that, I have tossed around the idea of making something like True Bias Mauve skirt for swishing about in the summer. That was one other thought I did have. So let me know below, what would you make? Would you do a dress? Would you do a skirt? What would you make with this beautiful fabric? I would love your ideas. I could not resist that. It's going to be so beautiful for the summer. So that will happen at some point in the summer. Maybe I'll make a dress to celebrate being back up in my sewing room. I don't know. Apart from that, I haven't bought anything recently, so that's just all I've got to share with you at the moment. I bought a few new fabrics before Easter, including this one here, which was a beautiful pink floral seersucker from Sew Me Sunshine. But since I bought those fabrics for Easter, which I have now sewn up, I haven't bought anything new. Now, what I'm wearing today, just while we're mentioning this fabric, is the Nautilus top by Marilla Walker. It's one of my favourite tops to wear at the moment in this sort of changeable spring weather. I love putting it on with a pair of jeans and a jumper over the top. And it's the perfect shirt, blouse for my everyday mum life. I feel like it does what it needs to do and I still feel put together. Then I made a headband from the remnants of the fabric. I also made a dress for my daughter from this fabric, so it did manage to go quite far. I am finished with it now. I have no remnants left, which is how I like it. I have been wearing this non-stop, like I say. I absolutely love it. I'll put a link to this pattern and all the others that I've mentioned in this video in the description box below, so if you're interested in this pattern, do pop down there and there'll be a link. It's got a fantastically inclusive size range. The only thing I did do with this pattern is to lengthen it by 2 inches. I don't have a particularly long torso, but I just thought in terms of my daily life and what I'm doing and running around and being busy, I wanted a little bit more coverage. Having said that, it's still cropped, which I think is the look of the blouse, which I love, but it's just got a little bit more coverage that I prefer. So that's what I'm wearing. That's what I've been buying. That's what I've been making. The last thing is, what am I planning? So you know already I'm planning to finish off my dream frock. I am planning to make the little baby set for my friend's new arrival. There is something that was on my list last year, and I know so many of you who watch my channel were excited to see me make this, and then I didn't make it. I think, to be honest, I twirled it, and after twirling it 3 times, I just lost the love, and then the weather changed, and then I just didn't think it was the right time to make it. And yeah, then I got the fear of making the pattern. I'm sure many of you have been in this cycle with a pattern or with fabric before, where you sort of go in and out of love with the pattern or the fabric, and then you just don't end up making it. Now, it has been sitting in my stash for a long time in its little envelope, ready to get started making it, and I'd love to focus this year on getting some of those makes that have been on my list and are ready to make out of their envelopes and onto my body. So here it is, ready to go, and it is the Closet Core Blanca flight suit. I've got everything here. I've got the toile, I've got the fabric, the zip, the pattern pieces traced out. Everything is ready to go. I do need to cut the fabric out and then get sewing. And here's the fabric I've got. It's a Robert Kaufman Ventana twill, and this was from Sew Me Sunshine, and it's in this gorgeous sort of burgundy color, which I think will look great. And seeing as the spring weather at the moment isn't super hot yet, I think there's probably time enough for me to make this and wear it before it gets really hot, hopefully. This is my next plan in terms of I really just need to get on with it. One thing that concerns me is I have lost a little bit of weight since doing the toile, so I will be trying on the toile again just to make sure it fits and that it fits well before I cut out the good fabric. So here is my toile here. It's still even got the zip on. Look at that! So this is my toile, and actually in the end what I ended up doing is the trousers of the Closet Core Blanca just did not fit on me. The rise was wrong, the fit was wrong, they were too tight in places and too loose in others. So I actually ended up using the trousers from the spring bodysuit by So Love Patterns. I absolutely adore that jumpsuit. I need to make another one of those this summer as well. So many plans and so little time. So I attached the legs from that pattern to the bodice of the Closet Core Blanca because it's a wide leg jumpsuit and this is a wide leg boiler suit. I figured it would still have the same look as the pattern intended, as in a wide leg boiler suit, but it would fit my shape better, which is the whole point of sewing, isn't it? After I finish this video with you, I'm going to take this upstairs, try it on, make sure it still fits, and then I can retwile that if necessary, or if not, I can put this out on the top of my pile, ready to cut into after I finish my dream frock and my baby set. So that is May. We've got quite a busy May. We've got some friends visiting. Like I said, I've got a couple of events to go to, so I'm not sure how much time will be spent in the sewing room this month, but seeing as April was quite a productive month, that's okay. Some months you can sew more than others. This month I think is going to be slightly quieter, but with lots of lovely projects to get my teeth into. If you do want to see what I sewed last April, do go and check out my video from last week, which was all of the things that I got sewn up last month. I hope you enjoyed this little chatty catch-up video this week. Do let me know below what you're working on in your sewing room. It's always lovely to chat with you in the comments. And until next week, I hope you have a lovely week ahead full of lots of happy sewing. And I look forward to seeing you soon in my next video. Goodbye!